You know what? We got to slow down. We got to slow down on this Dak Prescott hate, because Bad Dog, you know what? He said Daniel Jones is going to be a better quarterback than Dak. He said Daniel Jones going to be a better quarterback than Dak. Daniel Jones at Duke, 500 quarterback at Duke. Dak Prescott at Mississippi State, the best quarterback Dan Mullins maybe ever had other than Alex Smith maybe. Maybe even better than Alex Smith. He had, you know how tough it is in the SEC to beat Auburn, to go out and beat A&M, to have Starkville, Mississippi rocking like he did, to go into LSU. Dak Prescott, one of the great college quarterbacks that we've seen. Dak Prescott had Mississippi State number one in college football. Then Dak Prescott took over from Tony Romo, a Cowboy, one of the Cowboy legends, a really, really good quarterback. And all Dak Prescott did in his 2 years, this is his record in 2 years. He's 32-16. He went 13-3. He's won the division 2 out of his 3 years. And he's already won a playoff game. He's won one more playoff game than Carson Wentz. He's been good in every single playoff game, even in the Green Bay Packer playoff game. Even in the Green Bay Packer playoff game. I'll show you what he did in that game against Green Bay. He went 3-2 with 3 touchdowns against the Green Bay Packers. Under a clutch circumstance, he brought the Cowboys back and tied up that football game. Against Seattle, 22 of 33, 66% completion percentage this year. Ran the ball for a touchdown. Clutch running the football as well. Dak Prescott. And then when he went to when he went to play the Rams, he kept the Cowboys in the game. Once again, 66% completion percentage. Dak Prescott in the playoffs, 5 TDs and only 2 interceptions. And in fact, no interceptions against the LA Rams. He was not the reason they lost. The reason why they lost is because they could not stop a nosebleed. They couldn't stop a refrigerator in CJ Anderson. So Dak Prescott is 32-16. He only had 1 down year, and that's because Ezekiel Elliott was doing things in Ohio that were questionable, and that's because Ezekiel Elliott was going down to the Bayou. He was going down to New Orleans, and he was grabbing titties. He was grabbing titties. That's what he was doing. Now, I didn't think that was any big deal. But again, you're grabbing titties and you have that on your record. But here's what I'm going to say about Ezekiel Elliott. Is he worth the headache? You don't know where he is. He's one of those guys who keeps you awake at night. Dak Prescott made Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper wasn't doing anything with Derek Carr. Dak Prescott gets a hold of this guy, and Dak Prescott turns him into 200-yard Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper in 2 games versus the Eagles, he's still running for touchdowns. Dak Prescott owned the Eagles this year, went 2-0 versus the Philadelphia Eagles. He beat the Saints at home this year. He's been the Heinz Field, and he's been the guy. In his rookie season, he was one of the best rookies we've ever seen. And now he's hit his stride. Now, is Dak Prescott going to be Patrick Mahomes? No. Is he going to be Favre? Is he going to be Dan Marino? He's going to be a quarterback that can win you a damn Super Bowl. He's one of the clutchest collegiate quarterbacks that we've ever seen. He's already won 1 playoff game. He's been to the playoffs already. He's won 2 division titles in 3 years. In 3 years, and he had 1 sophomore slump when Ezekiel Elliott was out and when Jason Garrett's getting all of this hate. He's risen above Jason Garrett. He's had to deal with Scott Linehan's bland play calling. Whatever good receivers has he really had? Bryce Butler? Dez Bryant's been like a corpse when he's had Dak Prescott. Dez Bryant hasn't been the same guy. He hasn't had a tight end to speak of. Dak Prescott is going to be really, really good now that he has his mentor in Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore, the winningest college football player ever at Boise State. He's only 5'11", doesn't have any arm strength. Neither does Chase Daniel, neither did Doug Peterson. Neither did Matt Nagy, neither did Sean McVay, neither did John Gruden. All backup quarterbacks. all made it to the NFL and all have coached at Super Bowl levels. Kellen Moore is going to be the next Super Bowl ready head coach. You have Chris Richard on your team. The Cowboys are going to be an awesome team. And you know what, Dak? You're probably still not going to get credit. You know why Dak's not going to get any credit? Because they're just going to say, oh, well, Fitzpatrick could have won with Jalen, with the Wolf Hunter, Leighton Vander Esch. He could have won behind that offensive line and Ezekiel Elliott. Put Dak Prescott in Detroit, put him in Tampa Bay, and he wouldn't be anything. He can't throw more than 45 yards. Well, Dak Prescott, first of all, he wins. He can throw long enough. He has great touch. He's tough as nails. He runs for first downs. What more do you want in a quarterback? Troy Aikman won Super Bowls, and he's not out there throwing the ball recklessly. What more do you want in a quarterback other than a damn winner, other than a guy who's tough as heck? And really, Dak Prescott is an accurate passer. And Dak Prescott doesn't turn the ball over, and he has a sense for the moment, man. In that Seahawks game, he closed them out. In those Eagles games in overtime, he beat them. Against the Pittsburgh Steelers, he's the guy who led them on that game-winning drive. In fact, Dak Prescott, he has 8 comebacks. He has 14 game-winning drives. 14 game-winning drives. How many games has Dak started? 48. In 1/3 of his games, he has game-winning drives. This is a good quarterback. This is a good quarterback. What do you want him to be? If he had the big arm and he has all that other stuff, he could be Kyle Bowler or Jamarcus Russell. Not every big arm quarterback is going to go through the gauntlet and make it. Jameis Winston might be able to throw better than Dak Prescott if they're just wearing shorts and a t-shirt. But Dak Prescott, I hear Philly 500 Bad Dog. I love these guys. But the Dak Prescott slander on here, you got to give him credit. If he wins this year, which I expect him to do, if he gets to a Super Bowl, if he does it, if he does what Jared Goff has done. I hated on Jared Goff. I said Jared Goff is a noodle arm. I said Goff is not tough. He has no mobility and he gets sacked all the time. He played bad in the Super Bowl. He made some terrible decisions. He played awful in that Super Bowl. Guess what? He made it to the freaking Super Bowl. He's been shutting me up for 2 years. I was wrong on Jared Goff. He was a baller. He beat Kansas City, threw up 60 points. He beat Minnesota. He might have made Mike Zimmer retire on Thursday Night Football. Jared Goff shut me the hell up. Dak Prescott is going to shut the haters up this year. I'm a New York Giants fan. The slander that this dude gets, I'm just here to tell you, honestly, I think Dak's a good quarterback. He might not have the raw ability of a Josh Allen or a freaking Aaron Rodgers or Drew Lock or Trevor Lawrence or whatever. The dude's going to win, and he's going to keep winning at a high level. He's going to win at a high level. Listen, he's not worth $33 million. He's not worth $35. He's worth $30 million. He can be a top 10 quarterback. He can win a Super Bowl. He can find himself in Canton. He is good enough. He's clutch enough. He has that ability. He's a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. He's going to have a hell of a year. He's going to go out there and ball. Tom Brady, again, you think Tom's out there throwing 60-yard Mahomes balls? No. Dak Prescott has the skill level to do this thing. He does. Kellen Moore, that offense is going to be unleashed this year. You watch. So Dak, again, Giants fan here, you're a good quarterback. You're a damn good quarterback. And in the NFC, you're the second best quarterback by far. Daniel Jones is going to have to do something ridiculous. Eli Manning's going to have to beat you in Dallas. But you've owned the Giants last year. You won with backups over Eli Manning and the Giants. Giants have nothing to say to you, my friend.